Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. We have what is probably the first actual huge gameplay patch on FC24. We've had a few others. Honestly, none of the others so far have really changed the game much since day one, in my opinion. And we're on title update 6. To be fair, quite a few of these title updates, I think, haven't even had a gameplay thing. I would say I think we've had two, maybe three out of the first five had actual gameplay in them. This one, though, whilst it doesn't look like it's got a load, some of the stuff in there should be pretty big on paper. There is a pitch notes as well. I'm not going to get that up. I'll talk about though what I've read and seen from it. So obviously I'm just going to give my opinions. The patch came out this morning. I have not tested it properly yet. I'm going to be streaming later tonight. I've read a lot of comments about it. There's been a mixed bag. Some people saying it's changed the game a lot. Some say it's barely done a thing. Obviously, once I've streamed, played a bit more with it, tested out some new tactics, I will give my opinion then. So, title update number 6. Few things in there. The main things that they're talking about: reducing midfield congestion, reducing sideline pressure attackers, decreasing manual goalkeeper, basically nerfing keeper movement, and making 3 and 5 backs more attacking. And then there is going to be a few more in-depth stuff here. So just a few things to talk about. Midfield congestion. For me, that is a major issue. One of the reasons 71 depth so good is that the midfield is packed so much, and there's barely ever any reason to go through the middle because it's always marked. And this doesn't really seem to matter too much on what formation you're using or playing against. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today, the best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. It nerfs a lot of formations that rely on the middle a bit more, hurts creativity, and in all honesty, leads to a very boring wing simulator. I find myself at times literally being forced to go down the wing as the only physical option to attack. And you get some people who play like absolute sweats who go to the other end where all they do is go down the wing. I don't mind a bit of wing play and cutbacks, but it shouldn't be the only way to attack at times. I've seen some people saying this is noticeable, some people say it's not. I'm going to test out the narrow. The narrow is a formation that very much relies on being able to go through the middle. So I will test it out in a formation that should be good in the middle. We'll see how it works. Reducing sideline pressure on attackers doesn't really make sense. If anything, you should make it harder to play down the wings. So I don't really understand this from EA. Seems a bit backwards. You should be trying to discourage the wing play based on how oppressive it is this year. Keeper movement. In an ideal world where the gameplay was perfect, the servers were actually useful, actually did the job, were good, keeper movement would be fine. But we don't live in an ideal world, and we definitely don't live with ideal servers from EA Sports Vancouver. We've got very bad servers a lot of the time, especially in peak gameplay time during weekend league. Keeper movement, honestly, is just toxic. It's so frustrating to play against. You beat people, you get past the defense, and then they just start moving the keeper left to right. And when you aim the shot, by the time it's actually registered it, the keeper's in a different position, so you can't even react to what you see on the screen. It's just a guessing game. Really awful, shouldn't be in the game. More attacking 3 and 5 backs. If it means that 3 and 5 backs are a bit more attacking, people can't park the bus in them as much, that's good. But surely if people are putting stay back on their wing backs, it's still going to be as negative. I don't know. More players being added to Ultimate Team. Good, I guess. I think Ramos is one of them, so we could see a good Ramos card. Carlos Tevez manager could not have entered matches, fair enough. Made the following changes. Strikers and wide midfielders will tend to be less aggressive when trying to mark central attackers. So if that's doing what it says, this should mean that what you call it, 71 depth's a bit worse. Reduce the amount of significantly normally means a bigger change from here. Reduce the amount of pressure the defense team can apply to players along the sidelines. Maybe this makes it a bit easier to get out the press. Significantly lower the track back speed of AI teammates, wing backs in 3 and 5 back. So if this does what it's saying, this should hinder 3 and 5 back formations in the sense if they can't have lots of options going forward and then everyone gets back and defends well. So on paper, these are good changes. But you have to remember whenever it comes to a gameplay patch from EA, it's not on paper. It's on the digital pitch where we will make our decisions. So I can't just read these and just say, yeah, great patch or awful patch. I can make an opinion what I think, but I need to play it. Reduce the move speed of goalkeepers when using the move keeper input. Good. I don't even think it should be in the game, but whilst it is, nerf it. Additionally, goalkeepers will now hold the final position for a short time. Good, that means someone can't just guess wrong and then go the other way. Slightly reduce the top speed of players when using controlled sprint. Honestly, the controlled sprint I thought was really good at the start, and technical is my favourite playstyle. But the more I've played the game, the more I realise that the big centre-backs are all I've anticipated. You can't really get around them anyway, so I don't really see a need to nerf this. Reduced header accuracy. This could make corners a lot worse. Maybe that's one way addressing corners. Slightly reduced finesse shot accuracy when performed by players with the finesse and finesse plus playstyles. From what I've seen, they still look pretty good. I don't think finesses needed touching at all. And I've seen debates about this. My opinion is, if you are good at this game and good at defending, you will very rarely concede one. I played 7 matches last night before the patch came out, conceded 1. And it was one where I tackled him, it bounced to someone who had no one near him, and he just took 1 touch and hit it. Not a lot I could have done about that. Sure, that is frustrating, but that could happen in a variety of ways. I rarely concede these because I press, I use second man press, I cut passing lanes, I cut all the options out. It should be something that people have to worry about. If this gets nerfed more to the point that it's not a viable option, it's bad for the game because ultimately it's just going to suit defences. And year on year, most FIFAs tend to, as the year goes on, they tend to get more defensive. The defensive versus attack balance is important for the state of the game, how fun it is. Finesses, for me, they should go in. If you've got someone with the playstyle and they've got 90 plus shooting and you're hitting one from within 30 yards and you green time it, why shouldn't that be going in? They should be consistent, but they're not actually that hard to defend, in my opinion. The people complain about them, I don't think are very good at defending on the game, simply put. In some situations, following a kick-off, the defending team did not always track runners appropriately. Address the following issue. So maybe this will help fix kick-off a bit, but kick-off's been in it for years, I don't believe it'll do much. Tackling defender's leg could have gone through the ball. And yeah, I've seen this happen a few times, conceded a penalty that lost me a game because of it. Players without intercept play style could get animations. Okay. Further instance, slide tackles right at the ball and attention form back to the attacker. Don't really see that too often. Precision ground pass intended for a nearby teammate could have ignored them. Yeah, I've seen that before. Keepers did not attempt to save penalty kicks aimed at the middle of the goal. Not seen that. The ball is traveling at high speed. Players could have an unintentional ball control attempt to control the ball with their head. Fair enough. Referee logic improved. That's one of the things that has actually significantly improved on the game. The refs are a lot better. Keepers did not always use enough power when automatically kicking the ball in ordered. Yeah, I've seen that before. Keepers could have underpowered their drop kicks. That's a squad battle issue. Physical tackle animation not working. I've noticed that. Seal out could have called after the ball carrier already passed the ball. I have noticed that before. The ref. Okay, I mean, that's irrelevant. I mean, according to this looks alright to me. On paper, this is a good patch. I don't agree with the finesse nerf, but if it's barely changed it, who cares? I'll test it out tonight. I'll be streaming. We'll have a full weekend league, and I'll start to release some new tactics based on the new patch, and maybe do another video giving my thoughts after a bit more time. Appreciate you guys watching the video. As always, keep it spicy. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.